Welcome to Spoiler Alert, where we talk about and spoil the shows we're obsessed with. This week, Psych star Dulé Hill joins us to talk about the Clue-inspired 100th episode.
What? This is awesome.
And also preview the big musical episode movie bonanza coming up at the end of the season.
In 3D.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't heard that.
Wow,
the community cast will also be dropping by, I bet you didn't know that, to lightly spoil their season finale.
It gets really nuts at some points, and in a good, nutty way.
And lastly, we're going to have some breaking news from our Decision 13 news desk. Dulé, welcome.
Glad to be here.
Did you ever think, in your wildest dreams, that you'd be on two shows that went longer than 100 episodes?
Before I got on my last show, I had not been on any TV series. So the fact of getting on one to get 100 episodes and having a second one is really mind-blowing.
Which 100th episode milestone meant more to you?
Ooh.
Yeah, this is when we're going to get real now.
Oh, okay. The second one, I think, means more because it's double.
And it's more like the little show that could.
Yes.
More so than the other one, which had, so many stars on it.
We can mention it by name,
ensemble.
West Wing.
The West
Yeah.
Wing.
Yeah, I mean, the other show obviously had the pedigree of Aaron Sorkin, Tommy Schlamme, Martin Sheen, John Spencer, Allison Janney, Rob Lowe. So
I don't know who any of those
that kind of helps you get there with that level of talent and all that. But Psych was two guys named James Roday and Dulé Hill, and this very tall man named Steve Franks. And somehow we pulled it out.
Do you have any idea when they came up with the idea to make the 100th episode inspired by the game Clue?
No, I know we wanted to do a Clue episode for a few seasons. Pretty much probably going from season 2 when we did American Duos and Tim Curry came on the show. Mm-hmm. That was like the genesis of doing a Clue-inspired episode. And it kept being pushed and pushed. And then I think everything, the stars just lined up for us to do it this season.
And set it up for us, set up the premise. How do you find yourself in this haunted new mansion?
Like how when we did our Dual Spies episode, we turned Twin Peaks on its side. It's the same thing that we're doing with the Clue episode. Steve Valentine plays this rocker who was put away for 5 years for the death of his girlfriend. And he comes back and he invites all these different people to dinner at his house. And systematically, one by one, people start dying off, and everyone in the cast is suspected as being a killer at one point in time. Whether it's Christopher Lloyd, Leslie Ann Warren, Garrett Morris, Martin Mull, James Roday, or Dulé Hill, or even Kurt Smith, who is deceptively heavy, I would tell you.
The ending is sort of unusual in that the audience gets to pick.
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, it's kind of like, again, it's turning the Clue movie onto its side, where they have 3 different endings for the film, for our show. We have 3 different endings that the audience gets to choose. You remember those adventure books that you'd read as a kid?
I wasn't a big reader.
Oh, yeah. Reading is fundamental, man. You should really try it one day.
Thanks for the
it's
tip.
nice. But it's like that, where the audience, on the East Coast and the West Coast will get a chance to choose which ending that they want through Twitter and going online and voting. That'll determine the outcome of the show.
And then when do they see which one?
They see it right then.
In live
It'll
time.
be
Real
live
time.
time.
Yeah, it'll be during the show. You get a chance to vote, and it'll go right into the ending. So the ending on the East Coast can be different from the ending on the West Coast. And then there'll be a third ending that no one will see until the season 7 DVD comes out.
Nice.
Bonus content.
What was it like working with Christopher Lloyd? Doc Brown.
Oh, it was great. He was, they were all great. I mean, Christopher Lloyd is a very nice man. He brought his A game. It was nice seeing Leslie Ann Warren and Martin Mull and Christopher Lloyd get together because they hadn't really been together in the same room since the movie. Mm-hmm. And they kind of were just sharing a lot of experiences and saying how, for our show, we filmed it in 7 days. But for the movie, they were in the same house for over a month. And we were feeling delirious by day 3. So working with Christopher Lloyd was great. I mean, who doesn't? Whoa, hold on, Mike, hold on. We have breaking news. We have breaking news from TV Line's Decision Headquarters 13. Cut to our man on the street who has the beat, Gakalaki Jenkins. Take it away, Gakalaki.
It's actually Michael Ausiello, and we're here in a $2 billion facility, not out on the street, just FYI. Parks and Recreation, which had been listed as a safe bet for renewal, is now a sure thing.
If true, this guy wants in.
Last week, the show ticked up 0.2 of a rating point at a time when all the other shows were dropping due to daylight savings time.
And a Pawnee cultural institution will be saved.
Dulles, Matt, back to you in the studio. Wow.
I never knew he had a name, let alone that it was Gakalaki Jenkins.
Yeah.
How about that? Gus has a new love interest this season.
He does.
Permanent Nagra. She has a child. Is it a deal breaker?
I don't think it's a deal breaker. But if you saw from the first episode, it was a shock to Gus. Mm-hmm. So he went from being a single man on a hunt to now being a family man. It's a lot for Gus to take on. And obviously for Gus, he's going to take it on way more than he probably should.
I'm fully on board now. I'm ready to get up in there.
And he seems to be warming up to it. In the 100th episode, he's got that line, I'm going to go home and raise another man's child.
Yes, well, that's his way of starting to deal with it. But it's going to cause some troubles for Gus, most definitely.
Is she the one?
Is she the one? She's the one for right now.
I found the woman of my dreams.
Who neglected to tell you she had a 7-year-old?
Where's Garcelle Beauvais the one?
You see what I'm saying? We have to see what happens.
They're
in a
throwing
couple
women
weeks.
at you this season.
Exactly. After 7 seasons, Gus is finally getting some action.
Musical episode.
Yes.
Is this like feature film quality, 2-hour bonanza extravaganza?
I think so. I really take my hat off to Steve Franks. He did a great job. I mean, he did everything for it, pretty much. He wrote it, he directed it, he created the music.
And you got Barry Bostwick in it.
We got Barry Bostwick.
And Ali Sheedy's back.
Ali Sheedy is back.
Which was a big secret until you ruined it on Twitter.
I really, see, if Ali Sheedy's supposed to be a secret, somebody should tell me Ali Sheedy is a secret. They know I tweet all the time from the set. It's not until I tweeted it that it came down afterwards of like, what did you do? I was like, I tweeted a picture of me and Ali.
We were actually supposed to break that story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What kind of songs do you get to sing?
All kinds of songs.
Rock,
we have
ballads?
We have show tunes. We have, a rock vibe. We have like a what do you call it, like a samba thing going on. I have a reggae song that comes on.
Nice.
And Anthony Rapp. How can I forget that? Performer and legend.
Right.
He comes and joins us, and he kills it. He kills it in the episode, literally.
Do you have a duet with Parminder?
No, I don't think Parminder's not in that episode.
Okay.
In the musical.
Oh, maybe they broke up by then.
Does Yang sing?
Beyond Yang, though, there's a lot of surprises there.
Okay.
Because our Psych fans are going to really enjoy the different people that show up in the episodes.
Hold it right there. We're going to cut to another correspondent, Megan Masters, who spoke to the Community cast recently and got some big season finale teasers from what I understand. So let's cut to it right now.
What's happening, Megan?
So, finale, we have to talk a little bit about.
Yeah.
What can the fans expect?
I will say this, it was very sentimental.
The finale is very sweet.
It's going to be a mixture of touching, funny, and action-y.
Yeah. And out there-y.
Out there-y, definitely out there-y.
There's definitely closure and definitely this sort of bringing it, certainly the Jeff character to the full circle place.
Like every season of Community, there's enough left open for us to continue, and there's enough closed up where if it was the end, people would be satisfied.
It's graduation-ish, correct?
Ish.
Yeah.
It was definitely the most final of all finales for us each season.
It gets really nuts at some points, and in a good nutty way.
In a community nutty way.
Yes. It definitely,
Communinuts.
we'll say this, that night, or that week, that month really, nobody's going to be doing what we did in that episode.
True. We will be the only people on TV doing what we did.
Yeah.
As always.
What?
What do you think?
What?
Before we go, do you have a memory from the first 100 episodes that stands out?
By far, it has to be when James O'Day and I dressed up as Roland Ensemble and Michael Jackson, and I got a chance to do Shout. That was just incredible because we were on this stage, we had the smoke, people there who was paid to scream or asked to scream for us, and I got a chance to moonwalk across the stage.
One last thing, is next season the final season? Is that it?
Anything is possible, but I mean, we've been on the air for a very long time, so all good things have to come to an end. But anything is possible. The Psychos have a lot of power. The Psychos have a lot of power, Ausiello. You may have some arseholes, but we have Psychos.
Hi, I'm Adam Pally.
And I'm Gillian Jacobs.
And subscribe to ENTV
For all your entertainment news first.